Okay, today we're going to try to do some modifications on an existing array of strokes. So we're going to start by cutting an array, a series of lines that are pointed on either end, like that, like a little spear. And we're going to try to make them reasonably uniform, reasonably evenly spaced without worrying too much about their accuracy. Make some of these lines a little bit longer if you wish. Give yourself some room to exert yourself. Stretch out a little bit. Okay, so now what I want you to attempt is I want you to attempt deepening the line through the middle by re-entering the line. It's almost like you're cutting a second line within the same line and then exiting smoothly. Okay, so the difficulty you're probably going to face is at the exit point, not the entry point. So place your V-gouge in the line, try to make a smooth entry, and then be more restrained and exit a little bit more slowly, a little bit more restraint. Enter, dive, surface, and exit. So we're modifying an existing cut with control. And try to achieve consistency as much as possible in these cuts. Go back again. Make corrections if you need to. But what you're struggling for really is control of the depth of the cut and a smooth exit from the cut. It'll take work. Just keep at it. Okay, so that's what I got on my first attempt. See what you can do. Okay, now what I want you to try is to pick the line up again at the end, at the extremity, and try to extend it in a more playful, freestyle manner. So just sort of give yourself a little bit of freedom, a little bit of imagination, a little curvature, a little variation, but with control. All right, so we're just extending that hatch, picking up that existing array, and extending it like that. Then what I want you to do is I want you to crosshatch over that array. And this is how I'm going to do it. I'm going to orient my block so that it's a little bit more comfortable directionally. And I'm going to start outside the array, and I'm going with control and some restraint. I'm going to go clickety-clack over the railroad tracks, and I'm going to create another array of lines that crosses over that first array. And again, I suspect the hardest thing you'll find is exiting from the cut without sort of jumping out of the cut, without lurching out of the cut. And I want you to taper down your strokes in length as they approach the end of the array. So shorter and shorter strokes toward the end. Okay? Down to almost nothing. All right? Till you get that. And last, but not least, I want you to attempt a freestyle array of lines that's a little bit more playful. I want you to go long. I want you to vary the direction of the line. So I want you to create a more fluid, undulating array with ease and grace. It's a little bit more improvised. Okay. Vary the length, create undulating depth in the strokes. And then I want you to carefully place your V-gouge and create a lighter area within here by making similar strokes that follow the undulation of their neighboring strokes, starting with a point, ending with a point, but varied in length. Varied in length and intensity, like this. Try to just find your way through the middle of those lines. Like that. And then I want you to attenuate the stroke at the end by creating a series of flecks. So you're sort of fading your way out of the stroke, sort of blending out into nothingness. Small flecks, a dotted line that extends the existing line on both ends of this fantasy array that you're creating. Like so. See if you can do that. Then lastly, I want you to take one of your larger gouges and I want you to scoop a couple of cuts out of the middle of the array. I want you to run your larger gouge in an interesting and irregular fashion through the middle of that array, like that. Okay, see if you can do that.